Master Chief hasn't been in a game since 2007 and the release of Halo 3. But now everyone's favourite super soldier has been called back into action to finish the fight. Again. The wait is finally over and Halo 4 is available to all Xbox 360 owners. But has 343 Industries managed to bring new life to the franchise? Or will Halo 4 mark the demise of this once juggernaut series? Halo 4's campaign starts off 4 years after the conclusion of Halo 3, as we rejoin Spartan 117 and Cortana as they drift through space on the wreckage of the destroyed Forward Until Dawn. After receiving several intrusion alerts, Cortana wakes the Chief, and it's not long until you get into combat with some familiar foes. You immediately realise that this is still the Halo you know and love. These first battles fill you with the feeling of familiarity and excitement. The controls are as tight and responsive as they ever have been, and the firefight staple of shooting, grenades and melee are as satisfying as ever. You soon crash land on a Forerunner planet called Requiem, where you first encounter Halo 4's main hostile alien race, the Prometheans. You are also introduced to the new villain, who I won't spoil in this video. The most interesting part of the plot, however, is the relationship between the Chief and Cortana. Cortana is reaching the end of her lifespan and slowly deteriorates into rampancy throughout the game. Above average writing and excellent voice acting help to draw you into Cortana's plight, and this story thread becomes more interesting and engaging than the battle to save humanity.
I will not allow you to leave this planet!
Most missions and objectives revolve around travelling to locations, destroying things, and pressing lots of buttons. Many of these tasks aren't given the necessary sense of urgency for you to get fully involved, and at parts I felt like I was simply trekking from one waypoint to another, without any thought put into my actions. This isn't a major problem, because the story does its job of giving you plenty of reasons to shoot things, and it's the gameplay that's at the front and centre of Halo 4's campaign. The Prometheans add a twist to the standard Halo formula, and force you to re-evaluate your strategies, and get inventive to effectively dispatch your foes. The Halo sandbox ensures that enemies could react differently every time you play, and the superb AI gives life to your enemies and adds challenge to the gameplay. The now expansive selection of guns available and multiple different armour abilities allow you to experiment with different approaches, although I did notice more invisible walls and inaccessible areas than past Halo games. The campaign looks truly stunning at times, with many jaw-dropping expansive vistas that will cause you to stop and spend a few seconds staring in awe. Improvements to the lighting system and some well-executed filters help to give Halo 4 a distinctive art style and ensures that it is undoubtedly the best looking Halo game to date. The sound is also excellent, with dramatic music cues in all the right places and epic background music throughout the game's most intense battles. For me though, it was the diegetic sound effects that stole the show. Guns sound like they hit your foes with real impact, and explosions and screams from aliens create a satisfying audio backdrop to firefights. Overall, the campaign is a solid shooter experience, if sometimes a little too familiar and predictable. Some missions can begin to feel slightly stale and repetitive, but they never drag on for longer than they are welcome, and there is always a new vehicle section or plot development round the corner. The other non-competitive mode is the brand new Spartan Ops. It features short missions that are designed to be played cooperatively with up to 4 players, and acts as Halo 4's replacement for the absent firefight mode. The first 5 missions are available on the disc, with future missions downloadable as DLC once they are available. The missions follow the progress of the Majestic Squad, who are also present in the main campaign. Unfortunately though, this side story is bland, and mainly consists of just short mission briefings before and after gameplay. Each mission only takes several minutes to complete, and there are few reasons to replay them. Spartan Ops ultimately feels like a much more shallow experience than Firefight was in Reach, and is unlikely to take up much of your time. Hopefully future missions and seasons will prove to be more substantial. Although who really wants to spend their time playing Halo 4 shooting AI-controlled aliens, when they could be shooting player-controlled Spartans in the online multiplayer? It's the online multiplayer where you will find the most game-changing and controversial changes to the Halo experience. While Halo Reach shook up the formula with armor abilities and loadouts, Halo 4 has changed almost the entire multiplayer's format, while managing to retain the core gameplay that fans would expect. Halo 4 has adopted the same configuration as many other modern first-person shooters by including custom loadouts, a progressive unlock system, and upgrades that improve your equipment and attributes in matches. Other in-game features such as sitrec replays, sprint, instant respawns, and ordnance drops may also remind you of a particular very popular military shooter. This doesn't mean that all veteran Halo fans should rise up against 343 Industries. This is not a Call of Duty and Halo hybrid. Halo 4 may have borrowed the format of most modern shooters, but the gameplay is still undoubtedly all Halo.
The enemy is vulnerable. Assassination.
Some of the new game types add some interesting twists to the standard Halo sandbox, but it's the additions and changes to existing game types that are the most noticeable. Earning Ordnance in Infinity Slayer completely changes the dynamic of matches. You can now pass the ball in Oddball and Griffball, you can shoot your Magnum while you run the flag, and Infection has been replaced with Flood, which changes the skin of your Spartan into a gruesome humanoid flood when you're infected. This attention to detail has been applied to all aspects of war games, and demonstrates some of the best production values in any Halo game to date. Undoubtedly there'll be parts of the multiplayer that not everyone will like, and not everything can be balanced exactly. Ordnance drops add an element of randomness that's not suitable for competitive play, and instant respawns can sometimes allow you to get revenge on your victims before they can regain their shields. There are however dedicated playlists for a more classic Halo feel, and everything can be edited with custom game types and Halo's map editor, Forge. Forge World has been replaced with 3 separate Forge environments, each with their own location and unique Forge items. The systems available have been updated so you can now easily see what items you're editing as they become highlighted, and the ability to lock items in place so you don't accidentally move or delete them is very welcome. You can now also duplicate items and stick them together with magnets. This enables you to build very quickly and should allow novice forgers to create better maps easier. The more varied environments and improved lighting should mean that Forge created maps will look better than their Reach counterparts, but Forge is still very limiting in other areas. Almost all of the objects and structures you can place are simply re-skinned versions of objects from Halo Reach, so map creators will be using the same pieces that they have been building with for years. There is also a lack of any large flat areas that would grant you a blank canvas to design a map exactly how you like. You are therefore either forced to build smaller maps in the sky, or conform to the uneditable natural terrain of the maps. Another returning popular feature is Halo's excellent theatre mode. It is almost identical to how it was in both Halo Reach and Halo 3. It allows you to watch back films of your gameplay, take screenshots, record video clips, and roam freely around the map to get dramatic angles of the action. It is still an impressive tool, and perfect for creating machinimas, or simply for bragging rights. .343 Industries and certain Affinity went all out with Halo 4, and it ended up being the biggest budget game that Microsoft has ever published. The campaign could have taken a few more risks, and some veteran Halo fans may have been disappointed with the multiplayer's new direction, but Halo 4 is a massive game that has been polished to a fine shine in almost every department. It's the first game that 343 Industries has ever shipped, and it stands as a reassurance that the Master Chief and all of Halo are in safe hands.
Seems like old times.
Ready to get back to work?
I thought you'd never ask.